Nikon D500 is a pretty good camera. A professional DSLR camera. Most photographers use it for wildlife photography because of its high durability, fast focus, fast continuous shooting, and the extra reach because of its crop sensor. Me, however, use it for something a little bit different. I need to control the camera far away so I can set up the object I'm shooting at a perfect angle. I need full control of both the camera and the object, but the distance between them become a problem. There is no one on the known internet that uses the D500 like this, so I feel it needs a video. No matter what object I am interested in, the design can be extracted only if the perspective is removed from the equation. When I shoot an object at a distance, it is magnified so that angles appear orthogonal. This is key to transforming a 3D object back to its original blueprint form, so that the original design can be extracted and then digitalized into a 3D object again. Complex shapes that were handcrafted before the age of computers are lost to time. One example is model cars or toy cars that were modeled after a real car, but the source of the model could have been constructed from multiple photographs. When such a car is built up into a 3D object, angles that are messed up because of the captured perspective gets blended into the design of the car itself, making the car look rounder or thinner at the edges. And this is seen in many amateur models that are being distributed online, sometimes for money. Currency is not a certificate for the object being represented correctly. So the problem is solved by getting a camera with a high focal length, a zoom lens with a high focal length, a teleconverter with a high focal length. You get the deal. The D500 has a 1.5 crop sensor, so a focal length multiplier. I am using the Sigma 150 to 600mm contemporary zoom lens together with the Sigma 2x teleconverter, and the final focal length becomes 1800mm at f13. The only thing is, walking 50 meters back and forth to change an object's angle by less than a degree is not optimal. I need to see the change immediately, and what better way to do that than using the built-in Wi-Fi of the D500. No, that range is less than 10 meters and the camera's battery drains way too quickly. And special software is needed to control the camera, which disallows any extended networks. So I went and bought the WT7 wireless transmitter. This pricey thing runs off its own battery and gives you a web server interface that works on laptops old enough, allowing Windows XP and Internet Explorer 8. The WT7 is different than the built-in Wi-Fi of the D500 because it allows communication through a network, either becoming part of the network or being the network itself. All the settings are easily dialed in and never seem to fail. Has a high build quality and the battery life is excellent. The price, however, is extremely expensive. That's why no one seems to buy it, and I can understand. I don't like the 200-meter range advertising, which is part of the official specification of the product. It cannot reach 200 meters without some other product doing the bullshit. Letting the WT7 be the wireless access point, the outside reach is about 20 meters clear view, sometimes higher depending on the device used as the wireless receiver. With an Android phone I got to almost 40 meters, but my iPad, which is optimal for showing the live view, there is disconnections all the time. The solution to this was to get a Wi-Fi extender, which is allowed for the WT7 compared to the D500's built-in Wi-Fi, and the reach is now 60 meters with a few thin walls in between the iPad and the extender. The price for the WT7 can only be justified by its other uses, such as automatically uploading taken photos to an FTP server or the built-in web server. Worst case, the LAN option of connecting with a LAN cable works even from the WT7 directly into a host computer, which I found surprising that worked with all my computers that I tested. I am using the Nikon D500 Sigma 150 to 600mm contemporary with 2x teleconverter and the WT7 wireless transmitter to shoot objects close to orthogonal projection. What are you using your D500 for? Post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.